Hey everyone, this is Palash here. I appreciate taking your valuable time and watching my video when I will walk you through my latest product into virtual event platform. However, before that, let me give you about a short introduction about myself. After completing my engineering information technology, I recruited directly from the campus itself and I got a chance to work with versatile solutions wherein I learned different technologies into open source CMSs, MVC based frameworks, and also into full stack as well. So learned across Vue.js, React.js, and also in line of databases like MySQL, MariaDB, PostgreSQL, MongoDB. And I got a chance to work across a variety of niches into e-commerce, healthcare, real estate, construction. And because of my proactive communication skills, my profile groomed from a software developer to a project and product manager, wherein when I moved to Elegant Microwave, I handled on-site teams into Pune, Mumbai, and Delhi. I've handled an on-site teams of maximum 65 plus. However, I'm also kind of managing product teams and guiding them, mentoring them through Agile Scrum principles, and I benefited the organization in handling all those process implementation part and also kind of evolving and extending their existing products into BI. After that, when I moved to Joomla Work, I extended a technology division into custom framework and a full stack division. So in that way, the customer had kind of a huge client base across the globe, wherein I also handled international teams. I've got to learn the diversified culture of different individuals. And that process, I learned more of the people management skills. I got to understand their behavior and how we can still work together, following an agile scrum process, handling those scrum meeting on a daily basis. So my recent engagement with Also Online has been over 6 years now, and I've kind of wear multiple hats into multi-dimensional capabilities and also kind of handled agile scrum principles again and handled right from its institution to the deployment. Also walked into roadmap by working closely with designer and BA to bring up a kind of a prototype in Figma and then present it to stakeholders. So I'm also working with multiple stakeholders, be it external stakeholders or internal stakeholders. So external stakeholders comprises of clients, success team, their internal Scrum team, and our internal Scrum team. Internal stakeholders comprises of our internal Scrum team and the founders. So in that way, I've worked across a range of domains into e-procurement, meme market, e-commerce, and also like as I said, like virtual events. So let's start. I will share my screen and I will walk you through each of those modules into virtual event, what made up to create this virtual event and what were the recent modules that we've been implemented. So first of all, I would like to say you like why we did virtual events. So what happened is like during the pandemic part, like because before the pandemic part, there was a lot more work, trade expo event or the physical events that were organized by top tier clients like Microsoft and Capgemini. However, due to this during this pandemic, they wanted something to build online, and then we tie up with them and we have brought up this virtual event platform wherein everything will happen online, these virtual conferences, the attendees attending those sessions, the speakers creating and conducting those sessions, the round tables and boardroom. So recently we also inbuilt kind of gamification part as well. In that way, the Microsoft, I was able to work with Microsoft on close to 15 to 18 events. I was able to work with Capgemini close to 10 to 12 events. I also got a chance to work with recently concluded COP26 virtual event wherein Joe Biden from United States even attended that conference, which attained close to 1 million attendee, and that was a kind of a massive achievement for us. In that process, let's start. I will share my screen and walk you through. Okay. So as you can see, there are the list of virtual events already. So if I type in Microsoft, you will see the list of events that we have conducted for company Microsoft. If I type in Capgemini, you will see the list of events that we conducted for Capgemini. So let's start with one of the recent virtual events in Rise. That was a part of, that was a brand of Capgemini. Let's start with Rise November. So this is the Rise November event on the back end part. So let me show you on the front end part. Meanwhile, let's see on the dashboard part. wherein it shows you complete activity for this particular event. You see user roles, the number of sessions for this event, the chart graph, and also you see the number of round tables, public and private. So public means which is open to all attendees. Private means you got a private invitation from someone, from a moderator or a booth rep. These are the roles that are available for any virtual event platform. So you see attendee as one of the permission. You see the event owners. Event owners are the one who organizes this event. Speakers are the one who speaks during a session. Booth rep are generally the one who conducts this roundtable and boardroom. Moderator are the one who moderates the entire event. If there are any kind of flags, red flags coming from any attendee, so they will block that attendee or they will do a soft delete instead. Event content manager. Event content manager is generally is responsible for the content of the entire event. Booth manager will manage all the booths. Poster manager will manage all the sponsors. So these are the available pages for this event, wherein, say for example, home page is the landing page, the thank you page. Leaderboard is the kind of a gamification page wherein it showcases the number of badges earned by a specific attendee. Theater page is the one wherein you can see the list of round tables and boardroom. Networking launch is the page wherein you can connect with other attendees. Sign-in page, normal sign-in page and sign-up page, agenda pages are the one which displays the list of all the sessions. Sponsors. So each of these events have their own sponsors. Say for example, if you talk about this RISE event, they have their partners as well. They will have their sponsors as well. So we will speak more in detail when we get to that particular part. So let's start. So I'm opening the front end part as well. So this is my login. So I've logged in now. You can see this is the landing page. These are the agendas. Agenda as in session. These are the content for Capgemini. This is the chat box which we again like recently implemented. Let's go to the admin part and learn more about each of those modules. Analytics shows the entire analytics performance of the virtual event once the event gets over. So for this RISE November event, we had close to 11,000. However, because the event is already over, you won't see any kind of current analytics right now. However, you can dig in more and like you can click on users, which shows the user analytics, like how many logged in during that particular event when the event was live, how many users haven't logged in, the activity of each of those users, event attendees by hours. It's also tracked you for an hourly attendee attendance. The sessions shows you the number of sessions that were conducted during this entire virtual event, which is close to 107. Again, the sponsors, how many booths were there, how many roundtables were there, and who were the sponsors. Gamification part, again, it will show you the badges that were earned by users. So these are all the badges, Adminer, Junior, for like how many users have claimed this particular badge, how many users have claimed this particular badge. We will go into more detail when we get to that particular module. This is just an overview of this virtual event. So roundtables, because it's already done, we can't have a look at it now because this event is already being over. Okay, so let's start with users. So this particular section shows the number of users that attended this event. However, they are further classified into attendees and event owners. So when you click just on attendees, it will be further filtering you only the attendees in that list. You can also see the number of event owners as well for this particular event. Basically, they will be mostly from Capgemini team. So you can see their event manager, event consultant, basically all from Capgemini team. You can see the list of speakers. Speakers can be from any domain because they are usually the ones who conduct those sessions, who will be speaking about any of the categories in sessions. And attendees are the ones who attend these events and performs all the activities. So let's jump into speakers. So here you can see the profile of speakers from backend. You can click on any one of them. You can see their bio over here. This is on the backend part. However, when I go to front end part, I can click the speakers here. See, for example, if I click on Arushi as just one of the example, I can read through her bio. So this is the agenda she is linked with. Agenda as in sessions that I was talking about. So you can hear this playlist, you can view the session details, and then also you can add to your own agenda. So let's jump into agenda directly. Agenda will come under content. So these are the sessions. So these are the number of sessions that are kind of conducted during this event. So there are two types of sessions. One is on demand. The second one is live streaming. So what happens during live streaming is it will be a live streaming and the speakers will be conducting that session in a live streaming way, wherein on demand is basically a kind of a pre-recorded session wherein an attendee can request an on demand session and they can view at any point of time during the virtual live event. Tracks are basically the day types. Say, for example, if a virtual event holds for constant 3 or 4 days, so each of those days, say for example, when day 1 is live, which of the sessions will be conducted and what are the categories that will be coming under day 1? Those will be under tracks. Subtracks is a subset of track. Like say for example, it is a further division of categories, subcategories into specific industry, into specific technology, into specific education part, into sections that will be coming under subtracks. If there aren't any, they won't be displayed. Session types means what basically the agenda of the session is all about. Like if it's related to finance, if it's related to global agile and DevOps movement, if it's related to banking and capital markets, as for example. So that will be falling under this one. Let's go to front end and see how these sessions work on the front end. So these are the sessions. You can say agenda or sessions. So as I've told you, like we have this session types. So when you click on it, it will only show you sessions which are belonging to this category. So when I click on day 1, these are the day 1 sessions. So you can go to any session details. You can view this session information. It will show you a brief information about this session. You can also play this session as well. So when I play this session, it will open up a kind of agenda player. Also, you can do a live chat as well when the session goes on. So that's the importance of this session. Because it's already recorded, it's done, we can fast forward it.
Welcome you all to Rise, your brand new quarterly global cross-community learning experience and career development opportunity, brought to you by Capgemini University. My name has now appeared on the screen.
She's the speaker. She's the speaker for this session. So she's conducting this session.
some 5 years now, so being tapped as your MC for this new format is a real treat. And what a lineup we have for you.
See, you're seeing this survey as a part of this session. We have also implemented a kind of survey which is associated with session. Now moving back to session page. So in this way, on day 1, day 2, you can filter out the sessions and you can watch those sessions during the virtual live event. You can also add it to my agenda. My agenda means it's added under your itinerary. So whenever this session conducts, you'll be getting a notification. Here you can see a you can see a bell-like icon. It will be notifying you. Also, you can see the my points and badges, which have also earned the 200 points by doing all those activities. So this is all about sessions. Let's go to another module called roundtables. So roundtables are basically the ones, say for example, if I'm an attendee and I wanted to invite other attendees and conduct a roundtable session and discuss all about the events, the topic. So I can do it through Microsoft Teams. I can use Microsoft Teams as a mediator and hold this roundtable or boardroom. The basic difference between roundtable and boardroom is for roundtable, you can have at least a maximum of 6 to 8 participants, while for boardrooms, you can have at least maximum participants close to 32. The reason between public and private is public will be open to all and private will be a private invitation sent to only those participants, and only those participants will be able to view that roundtable. You can select the time from here, you can select the description, you can select the areas of interest, like exactly on which topic, if it's related to finance or banking industry, related to technology, what kind of area of interest will all this discussion be about. So you can select from here. So once done, these participants will be receiving an email notification from here. So on front end, when you go to this expo hall, one second. So on front end, when you go to this roundtables, you will see the list of all roundtables of here over here. Because the event is already over, I can't see anything. But when the event is live, I will be able to see the roundtables listed over here, if that is public. And if it's private only to me, I will only be able to see. Other than that, no other attendees will be able to see my roundtable. So that is all about roundtable, wherein they can hold those public meetings, private meetings, and discuss a specific topic that is related to this virtual event. If the session and the virtual event is all about finance, they can discuss about this roundtable discussion on finance. Similarly for banking and technology, and also about other domains. So let's go to now sponsors. So sponsors are basically, say for example, for each of these virtual events, they have their own list of sponsors. Say for example, if Capgemini is holding a virtual event, they have their own list of sponsors. If Microsoft is holding the virtual event, they will have their own list of partners and sponsors. So what happens is these sponsors will be advertising their own information as well. They will be advertising their brand, as well as they act as a partners as well. Say for example, for this particular event, GCP, AWS, and Microsoft are the partners for this virtual event, along with Capgemini. And these are the list of sponsors. So when you go to this is manageable from backend, like you can manage this settings, all the settings. And however, when you go to front end, when we click on Expo Hall, so you can see the number of sponsors for this virtual event. At the same time, you can also see the partners for this virtual event. So when you click on Google Cloud, so this is a specific Google Cloud page wherein they will they also have their own attendees as well, wherein when you can able to connect. So as an attendee, I'm able to connect with this Alexandra, or else I'm also able to connect Namit. So what happens with connect is once I'm able to connect, I will be able to see their profile. I can do a one-on-one chat with them. I can discuss about the ideas and all those improvements. And also we can propose anything new ideas about this virtual event, or we can speak on any discussions other than this event as well. So this is all about Expo Hall. Similarly, for the partners, these are the sponsors. So say for example, Climate Circle will have their own small info about them, what exactly they do, and how they can benefit us, and how to gain more audience from them, from this event. Playlists are the ones like any of the videos or media that are uploaded to this virtual event are managed over here. So as a virtual event, we can moderate those media, we can delete those media, and the event owner can also review each of these videos. Content hub is again when it comes to content for any particular playlist, those are managed from here. Happy hour. So when I say happy hour means you can create a short introduction about yourself, which is related to this virtual event. That say for example, you are excited about this virtual event and you're looking forward to see all of them. Also, you can specify more about your background and how you can contribute to this virtual event. You can speak all about those information by recording a short 2 minutes or 3 minutes video. So I will show you on front end how that looks. So these are the happy hour videos that are created by all these attendees. Let us listen to a few of them.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm joining the Rise event from the UK.
Hello everyone, I'm Suze Russell. I'm in North America near Austin, Texas, and I'm having a lot of fun today. Thanks for joining.
Hi everyone, I'm Ben, joining Rise from France. Hello, my name is Russell Davis. I'm from Pleasanton, California.
Okay, and from here you can also see the number of attendee directory. So basically you can search anyone from here. It will be a kind of a global search. You can do any search, so it will show you a suggest box as well. And then you can connect with them. So you can connect with this user. So it gives them the areas of interest they have when it comes to this virtual event. Then it also gives you a short introduction about this attendee. So you can easily connect with this attendees from this particular page. Okay, so this is all about Expo Hall. Let's move on to engagement part. So when it comes to engagement part, the areas of interest that I was talking about. So for say for example, when I click on AOIs, AOIs means the areas of interest. So for example, when you attend this virtual event, there will be different categories that this event virtual event falls under. As you see on any trade expo fair or any virtual event, physical event takes place, you see different domains over there. So this is all about the categories. What kind of categories you would love to have attended to, that is related to sessions, that is related to boardrooms. You can simply see all the AOIs from here. So what happens is when an attendee does a first login, the next screen they will see, but only for the one time. that they will be able to view the list of AOIs. Now, when they select the AOIs, then the next time they log in, they will be able to see those related AOIs only, the areas of interest, like which is related to sessions and roundtables and boardrooms, and every other information that is related to this virtual event. This is all about AOIs. So now this is all about the gamification that we recently implemented specifically for this virtual event. So what happens in gamification, I will give you a short idea. Like for any kind of attendees, these companies like Microsoft, Capgemini, they wanted something kind of a user engagement that they wanted to build for their own attendees, so that each of those attendees keep attending all of their future upcoming events. So what they did is they wanted to propose something. So they wanted to have a kind of engagement part between the companies and the attendees who are attending this virtual event. So we did a lot of R&D work and we came up with gamification. So what generally happens with gamification is, say for example, if I'm an attendee, I am attending this event. If I'm updating my profile, I will getting a particular badge. I will also at the same time accumulating number of points. Same happens for each of my activities. If I attend a session, I will be grabbing a number of points and a badge. I attend a round table or boardroom, I will be again grabbing a badge and a number of points. So in this way, once the event is over, at the end of the event, I will be having those number of points. So the company like Microsoft and Capgemini, once they see that the number of users grabbing the highest number of points, they will be sending out an Amazon Pay gift card or any kind of rewarding thing, so that it feels great for those attendees as well. So they will be excited. They will be excited to attend furthermore events from the same company. So in that way, we build this gamification part. So when it comes to gamification badges, so you can manage all these badges from here. And what each of these badges does, say for example, I'm getting an admission badge. So when can a particular attendee grabs an admission badge? When he creates a profile and when he does first login, you will get this badge in 5 points. So you will always have a home base, which means whenever an attendee create their profile on the first login, they will get this admission badge, and at the same time they will be getting these 5 points. Same happens for this other badges as well. There will be a description which you can update it as you want. When you post a message on message wall, you will get undergrad badge and 10 points. So when they post any message, they will be getting these points. Similarly, all these badges are managed, and you are able to see these badges are managed from here, and you can update the content and the title and the image as well. Now let's go to the challenges. Challenges are a part of gamification only. So as for each of these badges, when you set that particular description, now to achieve that description, you have to create those challenges from here. So you create those, say for example, if I'm making connections, I'm creating that challenge, which is the badge that should be going under this challenge, which is a mingler badge. And then we have put a condition, like what happens. All these conditions are achieved, and then I've set up a number of points over here. So once it is created and saved, this rule is saved. And then what happens is when user performs this activity, they will be getting this point. And from the badge module, they will be getting this mingler badge. Trophies are not needed for specifically for this gamification part, because what happens with trophies is like they are a kind of a combination of badges. Say for example, if I achieved a particular sequence of badge, then I achieved a particular trophy for this gamification part. So because it was not needed for this event, that's the reason we haven't, there isn't any trophy over here. So let us see on the front end part. So when you go to leaderboard, you see the number of points that are achieved by the users. You see Venkat Narayan Muttalapati. He grabbed 3,550 points. You see Orlando, he gained 3,500 points. So these are like kind of top 2 rankers for this particular event. So when you click on it, you can connect with them. This is their happy hour. So these are the points and badges. he earned over this entire virtual event. And this is the bio of that. So this is all about the leaderboard, how it happens, the gamification part on the back end and the front end. Now let's go to these forms. So if you may recall, just before a few minutes, I was talking about the survey during that session when I clicked on playlist. So these all surveys are managed from here. So you can have those surveys, you can create those surveys from here. Also, you can create your own polls from here as well. So this is about the Social 27 admin, about their end product. You can manage any page layout from here. So you can select any of the live pages. You can select home or theater or leaderboard page. And it's helpful for any designer. So if you need any designing help, the designers will generally go into this particular section and they will edit this part. If you want this leaderboard page to slightly above, we can do it all from here. This is admin panel menu manager. Like for event owner, what are the kind of menus? What are the kind of menus that will be seen over here? So when we select an event owner, so when they log in, when an event owner log in, they will be able to see all these pages. So those can be managed from here. These are the event admins. So when I say event admin, it's for the internal Social 27 team, which is the virtual end product. The customer. So generally, this event admins are the customer success manager. So permission management. So because we are handling this multiple roles, there has to be kind of permissions that has to be assigned for each of these attendees and event owners or speakers. So for example, if event owner comes up and says, like, I don't want this particular access to be attendees or the speakers, then all those roles can be managed from here. So what we can do over here is when I see attendee, when I click on view, I see the number of pages that are accessible to this attendee. So what I can do, I'm giving this full access. However, I can, when I select no access, they won't be able to see anything in sponsors. Again, there's a full access by default, but if I select no access, they won't be able to view the speakers page. So as an attendee, when you log in, you can manage all these things from here. You can manage the permissions as an event owner from here, right from here. Also you can further filter this access part from here as well. So say for example, if for particular sponsors, if you want to have those restricted access to any of those resources, which is in kind of an agenda, you can directly select from here and click on save. So any session which you don't want to show, which you don't want to show to sponsors, they won't be able to access that. So this is all about the permissions part, and also you can manage pages from here. So when you select on this restricted pages, because these are disabled, which means they are able to view all these pages. So when I click on enable, the attendees won't be able to see the entire leaderboard page or the home page or the networking launch page. It all depends on the number of requirements that are coming from the event owners or the Microsoft or Capgemini for a particular event. Custom reports. Custom reports are generally the reports that we can download it for a particular session activity. Say for example, if we want to check the user visit duration when the event was live, we can simply click on it and pull out those reports. In that way, these are different filters. However, because the event is already over, which you can see this comment, they are already in the download tabs on the dashboard, which can be viewed from there. Notification. So when we say there are two types of notification, one says automated emails and broadcast notification. Broadcast notification means we can set up an event. Which, say for example, if I create a notification event, I can create the title, I can put a description, and I can select for everyone and when this notification is to be sent. So what happens generally, say for example, if I want each of those attendees to attend a particular session So what I will do, I will create that session title which is related to that particular session. I can create a short description, and then I can set up a time. Say for example, 5 minutes before that session, when the session is to be scheduled, or 2 minutes before that session is to be scheduled, I can send them now. So what happens if an attendee is live on this particular event, he will be receiving from this notification. A notification will pop up asking me to attend that particular session. So all these broadcast notifications can be managed from this module. There are automated emails as well. So what happens with automated emails is when an attendee registers, when there is an account activation alert, you can manage all those email notifications directly from here. So there are different type of email notifications set up here. However, we have also set up MailChimp as well, which was in kind of external provider mail client. So if at times like there is a kind of an updation that is going on from the development team, of course we have an alternative as well from MailChimp. So what we can do is we can grab the list of attendees from this portal, then we can set up on email activation or the email automation part directly from MailChimp. So this part is also achieved by MailChimp too. So from the general settings, you can handle everything overall about this site, which is common for every kind of SaaS-based platform. You can enter the event title, the time zone, what kind of time zone this event falls under, because there are a number of time zones which we follow because it's from United States basically. So we follow PST, we follow MST, we follow EST as well. See, you see the event launch date and the event expiration date along with the time. Support email, the overview of this event. From designs part, you can select any of these themes specifically for this event. So if I select this event, this theme based will be automatically configured for this virtual event. Say for example, if I'm talking about any open source CMSs, I select a playlist defined library based themes and I can select from here. So it's very similar to that. So these are all the designs. Now again, these are the users for this event. You can see directly from here as well. These are the menus, like before login and after login. You can add a menu item from here directly. And then these are the pages. So for each of these page settings that are done from here. For say, for example, for sessions page, if you want to handle a particular setting for sessions page, say for example, lock time, unlocking time. Unlocking time means the sessions generally are pre-recorded on demand. So those are locked and those will only be unlocked when the event launches, just before 5 minutes of when the event launches. So this is the unlocking time for this particular session, for this event as well. So you can handle the sponsor settings directly from here as well. You can do all these settings. You can do all these roundtable settings from here as well. So basically, settings is all about the global settings of the entire event and the event labels as well. It is not required for this event. Otherwise, you can have the event labels as well. So you can update those labels as well. So these are the default. These are the default labels. However, you can update it. Update each of these event labels. For my agenda, you can update to my itinerary, which can be more kind of relative to this virtual event. So you can update those event labels as well. So this is event site. Event site is again the event URL that directs me to the front end. I believe I've covered all these points. And so this is again a help guide. Say for example, if any one of them requires a video guide or presentation for any of the features that is pertaining to this virtual event, they can click on this help guide and they can click on this link and they can play around those links. So this is a particular chat box. See, this is a kind of a notification because I've achieved an admirer badge. You can select a time zone from here. As I was talking about, these events are into different time zones. So this is a system based because my system is in India, so it will show up an IST time zone. And these are the my itinerary, which is my agenda. And recommendations will be there, of course. Because the event is over, we aren't able to see any kind of attendees or sponsors. Otherwise, there will be the list of recommendations and agenda. So that's it. Again, like I can go back to this. Event list. And wanted to show you something like Microsoft. When I click on Microsoft, so these are all the sub events of Microsoft. So these all were kind of repetitive events from Microsoft. So what we did is we have created a master account of Microsoft as well. So they can handle all these sub virtual events. Similar for Capgemini. So for Capgemini, you can see as well, there are a number of Capgemini events already been organized. So when you click on load more, it will show you further down the order. Yeah, so that's it. That's all about virtual events. I hope you like this video and I will look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again. You have a great day and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye. Cheers.